Hello, everybody. My name is Joey.
And my name is Sam.
And this is School Nights.
Welcome back to another episode, you guys. We've got a doozy.
Today is a day that we have been planning and looking forward to all semester.
Absolutely. This is going to be a good one. But first off, happy Earth Day to everyone out there.
Happy
what a great
Earth
day.
Sam.
Here in Grand Rapids, our weather, it actually snowed this morning.
Yeah,
but
it
right
snowed this
now,
morning.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous out. If I'm looking at the windows behind us in the Spoolhof atrium where we are right now, great place to study, but also take in these views of the trees.
All sun. And even on today's segments, you might get to see a little bit parts of campus. You get to see how beautiful our campus is.
Yeah. So we're super excited today, guys. And first, let's introduce ourselves. Make sure you guys are familiar with who we are. My name is Joey. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, just outside the city. So I'm super excited about that, to be with you guys and show you guys all that we have around campus today. I'm a sophomore here at Calvin.
Absolutely. My name is Sam, and I'm a junior here at Calvin. I'm from Huntsville, Michigan, so not too far away. I'm also a physical education major with a minor in recreational leadership. I'm also on the hockey team here as well.
Yeah, but we have two great segments for you today, guys. Today, we really want to coin this as the presidential episode.
Yeah.
So our first segment is with our president, President Michael Leroy. For those that may not know, this is a little bit different than a high school. We don't have a superintendent here at Calvin or a principal, but a president. And President Leroy, not only does he speak at your graduation and convocation, everywhere in between, but also he's just a fun guy that wants to get to know you as a student. And today, we're showcasing that with a little bit of a spin scooter ride, which you'll learn all about. And of course, a fun interview with him over by our beloved art piece, The Cheese.
The Cheese.
And what's the second segment, Sam?
The second segment, if you guys don't know, we have a student organization on campus called Student Senate, and they're kind of the body that helps the students' voices be heard to the administration and stuff. And right now, it's actually kind of election season within Student Senate, and we actually have both of the presidential candidates on the second segment. We're going to ask them a couple fun questions, ask them why they came to Calvin, maybe even like a funny story about high school. So that should be a good segment.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to both our segments. We also want to remind you guys that Calvin takes social distancing and COVID policies very seriously. You know, Sam and I are both separated, and we're also both fully vaccinated. We take that very seriously, especially with masks. So you'll see our people outside not wearing masks, but keeping their social distancing as well.
Absolutely.
And reminder to subscribe to Calvin University's YouTube channel. And please, guys, ask good questions in the chat. Our friend Ben is over behind the computer taking those questions, writing them down, and we will answer them at the end of the video.
Absolutely. But next up, it's the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the moment that me and Joey have been waiting for a long time. The man himself, President Leroy, is going to be riding a scooter around campus. So, Anna and Annika, behind the scenes people, take it away.
All right. This is live video, so anything could happen here. But hi, I'm Michael Leroy. It's my privilege and honor and joy to be Calvin University's president. And I'm so excited that you're tuning in here today. You may see accidents, you may see problems, but we're really excited to connect. I'm outside my house here, which is right on campus, and this is where we live with our dog Gus, who's very involved on campus. And this is a scooter that I'm going to ride for the first time. These scooters are awesome. Our student senators came with a proposal to bring these onto campus, and we have them here now. And I've been watching out my window, watching students ride all over the place in these. And then I was asked to take my first ride with you today. So we're going to do that. And just know that anything can happen. We're going to go from my house over to The Cheese, which is an iconic art piece on our campus. So Anna, are you guys ready? All right, so let's get going. Woo! All right. Downhill. Okay, the brakes work. Good, good. Anna, do we have music? No music?
We don't, sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna go. This is the main entrance of campus. So we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna keep going, okay? Thank you. Don't worry, I won't hit you. All right. So this is the building where you come when you visit. This is also where my office is, right here. William Spoolhof University Center, the flagpole. Just a fun place to be. right. Look at this. All right, normally we stop at stop signs, but I'm not sure when I could get going again, so I'm just gonna keep going. Right. Almost there. All right. Thanks a lot, you guys. Woo. Now, this is my first time, so. All right. Sit here. Okay. I'm going to take my helmet off. You don't like the fashion statement that I've got going?
It's bold, that's for sure. All right. Well, like Sam and Joey said, I'm Rebekah, and I'm with the one and only President Leroy at the Cheese, which is very exciting. And I believe the real name is Jonah and the Whale.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not actually called the Cheese, but it's kind of a little fun fact. But first, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. This is always so fun to do things like this with students. So thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. But let's get down to business. I actually printed out the questions that we have for you, so I can't mess this up. My first question is, if you weren't the president at Calvin, what would you be doing, or what's your dream job?
My dream job. Okay, so I love baseball, and I would have loved to have been a baseball player, but that really, we all know that I had a ceiling there that was very, very low. So my son just alerted me to the fact that they're looking for a new president of the Seattle Mariners baseball club to run like the business operations. Mm-hmm. And so he and I were joking just the other night that would be a really fun job. And I think maybe it wouldn't be, but it seems like it'd be really fun. So I'm not qualified, so it's probably not going to happen, but that seems like that would be a fun one for me.
Nice. I like it. Is that your go-to team?
That is. I grew up in the Seattle area, and it was my go-to team growing up, and you never get that out of your system.
True. All right. My second question is, what is your favorite new project that Calvin is working on?
Oh, there's a lot of great things. There's a lot of great things going on down here, but I love our collaborative art space in the basement of the building where I am. And basement doesn't sound glamorous, but it's a beautiful space where students get to do projects and work across a lot of disciplines. So that's very cool. We just broke ground on a new business school that is going to be going up. So for all those who are listening, who are going to be new students, you're going to get to watch that go up through next year. And by the time high school seniors right now, by the time they're sophomores at Calvin, they would get to go to school in that building. So it's going to be pretty fun.
Sweet. Yeah, that is super exciting. My next question is, what is your favorite Calvin tradition?
Yeah, that one's hard. So we've got a cardboard canoe race going on in the pond behind my house. That'll be this tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow. So that's very cool. We're a lot of engineering students mostly, but I think they allow other students to participate to build canoes out of certain materials, mainly cardboard, and have to get them to float in their speed contests and all kinds of things. So that's a very fun tradition. And then I love going to Calvin athletic events. They're just fun. Mm-hmm. They're fun social times, but it's also really fun to watch our students in action. So.
Yeah, absolutely. The next question is a little bit exciting. What is the best kept secret about Calvin that you think the world should know?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that I had time to think about this question before just this moment, because there are a lot of things I would think about. But the thing that a lot of people aren't aware of is the Bunker Interpretive Center. Ooh. And there's a whole nature preserve over there. And one of my favorite places to be is there in the fall with the fall colors. It's just beautiful, and a really beautiful spot. And right here in a major metropolitan area, we've got the city, but we've also got this protected nature area, and it's wonderful to be in. So probably worth noting on Earth Day. Right? Today's Earth
True.
Day, right? So, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'd be one of the best kept secrets. So.
Awesome. Then my next question is a little bit more personal, which is, who is someone that you look up to or you admire?
Yeah, I was just reading about a person named Francis Collins, and he is the director of the National Institutes of Health. He's been the director of this under 3 different presidencies, and he's a phenomenal scientist. He mapped the human genome. He's been very involved in developing, a lot of the treatments and vaccines, kind of overseeing that whole thing. But he's a committed Christian, and that's very much he's an excellent scientist, committed Christian, and that's part of his story. But he's also a you would think very serious guy, but he's actually fun and playful. He often, when he gives a speech, he'll stand up and play the guitar and sing, and it's just not what you would expect. So when I look at people I admire and I think, oh, I would like to be like him. He's a pretty special person. So somebody I'd like to have come here to Calvin and speak sometime and maybe play a little guitar.
That is a great answer. And I have one final question before we send it back to Joey and Sam. It's a little more open-ended, and it's just, why Calvin?
Oh man, Calvin is a great place that it's a great place that allows you to be a person of conviction. So faith is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And we also strongly encourage deep curiosity about the world. And so conviction, curiosity, and I don't think there are very many places that you would find in higher education in the United States that features both of those prominently and says, yep, you can do both those things. So
All right, here we go.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally agree on that one. And thank you so much for participating and rocking the bow tie. We appreciate that. And now we're going to send it back over to Joey and Sam.
Thank you, President Leroy and Rebekah, but
Absolutely.
also more importantly, thank you, Annika, for driving so
Yeah.
well. But I want to point out, he does, sport the bow tie, but also the shades. I
Yes.
thought you cannot block
Yes.
out the haters like President Leroy does.
Absolutely.
But
They're
Sam,
beautiful.
you are a huge baseball fan. You're going to
Oh my
comment
gosh,
on that?
I didn't even know President Leroy was a baseball fan, to be honest. I'm more of a Tigers guy myself, but Seattle is a
Hey,
pretty cool team.
I think
and
the
they're really
White
good this
Sox
year.
are doing pretty good this season. We'll see how they do. 2023 World
fine.
Series. We're looking forward to it.
Also, I would agree with President Leroy on the hidden gem. The Bunker Interpretive Center
Yes.
is a sweet place. It's a brand new building as well. So I encourage you guys, if you're ever on campus, go and check it out, because the nature preserve behind it too. However many acres are back there, I don't even know. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I have been lost there before. You can ask some of my
Yeah.
friends. It was a
lot of cool
a
trails.
tough moment.
Absolutely. But with that, we're actually going to hand it off to our second segment. Like I said earlier, we got both of the Student Senate presidential candidates with us, which voting is actually going on right now
Yeah.
all day. And we'll actually have a Student Senate president by the end of today or into tomorrow. So they're going to talk, they're going to answer a couple of questions, some more fun questions that they might not have been asked before. But Sarah's going to interview them, and we know she's going to do a great job. So Sara and Kay and Emmanuel, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Joey, for that excellent introduction. For those of you who tune out whenever Sam and Joey are on screen, I am Sara Vandenbosch, sitting out here in front of the beautiful Student Senate building with our 2 student body presidential candidates. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves, your names, majors, hometowns, and maybe a fun fact?
Sure. So, hey everyone, my name is Kay Castro. I am a junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm studying organizational communication with a minor in German. And a fun fact about me is I could eat Chipotle for every day, and that would be my meal.
Hey everyone, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm a junior here at Calvin University. I'm studying human resources and accounting. I come from Ghana. A fun fact about me is that I write poetry, and I have an online blog where I publish about 13 of my poems. So, yep, that's it.
Thank you, guys. It's so great to know a little bit more about you. And I now can confirm that politicians do like to talk about themselves. So multiple sources, and by multiple sources, I mean a Google search that I did 13 minutes ago, have told me that the key to a bad presidency is a president who raises taxes. Do either of you plan on raising taxes as president?
Don't think so.
Me neither.
Okay, that means that this can go no other direction but well. Thank you for that. Now, these following questions, I'm just going to give you a warning here. These questions might shock you. These questions might change your perceptions about yourselves. They might change your perceptions about our candidates. So are you guys ready?
Bring it on.
All right, our first question today. Let's see how our candidates respond. Would you rather be a dog or a ghost? Kay, we'll start with you.
Oh boy. I think I'll have to go with a dog on that one.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because I know dogs exist and I exist. So I'm not very philosophical, but take it as you can.
An interesting response. Emmanuel, over to you.
I think I'll be a ghost.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the things I could do. I could pass through walls. I could hear people's conversation. I could either terrify someone or be friendly as Casper. So I'll definitely go with the ghost. I'll be a ghost.
Both excellent responses. Thank you both. As upperclassmen, both of you are juniors right now. As upperclassmen, high school was a little bit in the past for you. So a lot of our viewers are in high school right now. So I feel like you might want to relate to them a little bit. So do either of you have any embarrassing stories from high school that you want to share with our viewers?
First?
Yeah, I can. So there was one time in high school, I was late for class. I was, in panic mode. I was rushing the class and I rushed down the staircase and boy, did I fall. And when I was about to fall, I involuntarily held onto something that was close to me and it happened to be another guy's pants. So I fell and I also pant someone. So, that day, my goodness, I was done. And I felt really, really embarrassed. I had to say sorry all day.
That's like 2 embarrassing stories in one. Wow, that is embarrassing. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I feel like Emmanuel just went up to me because my story is going to be about how I fell down the stairs on the first day of high school.
Oh.
But you pant someone in the process, so you definitely took it out. I ended up going to class with a scraped knee on my first ever day of high school in 9th grade, and my chemistry teacher was a little confused, and I was embarrassing to meet the rest of my classmates like that.
Well, wonderful. I think you've definitely now connected with our student viewers. I think they can definitely see themselves in your shoes now because falling down the stairs on the first day of school seems to be a pretty common occurrence, apparently. All right, another question for you guys. What is one sport that you think you could beat a pro athlete in? For example, our host Joey believes that he could beat Michael Phelps in a game of bocce ball. So what's one sport you think?
Bocce ball. I feel I'm a skier, so I love downhill skiing, snow skiing. It's my favorite sport of all time. So I think I could be, let's say, Michael Jordan in downhill skiing. Not sure if basketball players can ski, but let's see.
I think talking about basketball players, I think I could beat James Harden at soccer. I doubt he's that agile, and I'm like very quick. And yeah, I would definitely outpace him. His coach was like, yes, so I'll beat James Harden at soccer. So James Harden.
This is a challenge issued to you. Come and take him on. I dare you. Do you think he'll watch this?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, interesting. It's a possibility. I mean, nothing's impossible, right?
Popular show right here.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's school nights. All right. Circling back to a little bit more presidential candidate questions here. What got you interested in student government in the first place, and what's your favorite part? We'll start with Emmanuel this time.
Yeah, so something that got me interested in Senate is that I usually go eat at the dining hall around 6 p.m. on Mondays. And once you're eating, there's always a group of like 22 people that work at the dining hall, all fancy in their suits and, all looking good. And I'm like, wow, wait, is that a coat? I'm like, wait, what? So I edged closer, I asked questions, and I was like, oh, that's the Senate, the dress fancy and all. So, then again, I went closer, asked questions, and I realized their core values, realized that, I really want to be a part of this. So I applied, became a VP, and I'm running to be a student body president along with my presidential candidates here. So it was the dress that stood out for me. And actually, I'm on it right now, and I'm still loving the dress. You should see our blue shirt. It is amazing.
That's a great answer. All right, over to Kay.
I think what got me into Student Senate is I was really passionate about student council in high school. So like many of you, involved with student leadership opportunities. I got really involved in 6th grade, I think is when I first joined student council, and found a place to plug in here at Calvin at Student Senate and have loved it ever since. I did freshman senator, which is a great option as you're coming in as a freshman. And then I was VP just like Emmanuel last year, and took a year off to do orientation, but I'm back again and hopefully gonna be president.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. Another question for you here. As a student talking to students who could come here in the future, what opportunities outside of Student Senate do you have to grow and be involved on campus?
Yeah, so outside of Student Senate, I play soccer every Friday with my friends. And also, apart from soccer, I'm into poetry, as I said earlier. So I do have an online blog. And I partner with that Calvin's Dialogue. It's like this org that writes, poetry and supports Calvin students. So I did do that. And my works are featured in the school's cafeteria. And also, yeah, I'm into orientation just like kids. So I became an orientation assistant, trying to help international students fit in here at Calvin. So that was very nice. And trust me, Calvin has a lot of avenues for you to grow and be, show your passion and be talents, show your talents as well. So Calvin does have that.
Yeah. Like Emmanuel said, I was into orientation board, so I did that last year. I've also done Dance Guild. For all of you that can't dance or can't dance, like I couldn't dance coming into high school, Dance Guild is a large showcase on campus where they can join a dance, practice it all summer, or practice it all semester. Sorry about that. And then we put on a dance showcase at the end of the year. And that was really fun. I did the Mamma Mia dance and just had a great time.
Awesome. All great ways to be involved on campus. That sounds like really great opportunities. One final question for you guys, and I don't know if you're feeling up to it because President Leroy gave a great answer, but my final question for you is why Calvin?
I mean, that sounds like a question that was actually at a Mesa interview. I was applying to study here, so let's see. Why Calvin? So, in a simpler form, I think Calvin provides me with an avenue to be myself. Back as an high school student, I was watching videos at Calvin. I was, following chapel breaks, and I was watching dorm challenges, and even some intercultural programs. And I realized that Calvin is a very great person. Calvin is a very great school, and I'd love to be here because I felt drawn to it, and I felt that they would really support me, and I could be myself there. So I did follow through. I applied, and here I am running for somebody president even. So I felt attached to Calvin because Calvin called me. So.
That's awesome. I applied here because my cousin went to Calvin, but really what attracted me to it most was the Christian community. Just when I came here for my visit, going to chapels, getting to know other students and hearing about their faith journeys and seeing where I could plug in coming from a secular school, a public school. It's been great just to know that Calvin supports you not only in community, but in Christian community.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing today, for being with us and for introducing yourself and telling more about yourself to school nights tonight. As you guys can see, we have two amazing candidates for student body president. So fun to be around, so fun to talk to. So thank you guys again. Back to you, Sam and Joey.
That was phenomenal, Sam. I did not know that both me and Kay were both on student council in high school. Hate to brag, Sam, I was student council president back in the day of my alma mater, Timothy Christian.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
Big deal.
Big honor. But thank you guys for being on that segment, Emmanuel and Kay. Best of luck to you both in the election today.
Yeah.
But we've got some questions.
And as always, Ben wrote them down, but we have to take them out of our pockets and
little
flick on it. Sam and Joey, what is your favorite thing about President Leroy? I'll go first.
Loaded.
I definitely have a very personal experience with President Leroy. We actually did an MTV-style crib tour with President Leroy in my dorm room last year. He actually laid in my roommate's bed and pretended he lived there for a video. If you find it online or on our Instagram page, but it was hilarious. His dog was there too. It was just a phenomenal time.
Absolutely. I think one of my favorite parts about President Leroy is how personable he is. You can always go up and talk to him whenever you want. And half the time he's walking with his dog Gus, which is an added bonus because Gus is basically like the unofficial mascot of Calvin.
Completely agree.
Pretty cool dog. But
yeah,
one of my questions is, how fast do the scooters really go?
I have personally ridden the scooters all the way to Jersey Junction, where we had our first episode. Just go watch that. We have a playlist in the Calvin University and the YouTube. So I rode there 15 miles per hour. Now, it may not seem fast in your head, but those things are fast.
Absolutely.
Very, very fast.
So I saw
enjoyed
President
that.
Leroy wearing the helmet.
Yeah, I had to wear a helmet too because you have to wear a helmet.
Absolutely. Got a next question?
I do. Joey, have you been back to the nature preserve after getting lost?
Oof.
I actually have not been back to the preserve since I've been lost. I got lost in November, late November, and I have not really emotionally recovered just yet to go back. So Sam, maybe one day we'll go back and brave brave that beautiful preserve
Yeah,
together.
maybe I'll take you on a walk sometime.
I would love to go on a walk with you, Sam.
Absolutely.
I would love to.
All right, next question. Kind of going back to something we talked about. Does President Leroy always wear his helmet when he's on a scooter?
Absolutely.
Yes. When anyone's on a scooter, they're always wearing the helmet because that's one of the required things about the scooters.
And Calvin does provide helmets for all of our
Absolutely.
riders.
That's a nice thing. You have another question?
I do not, but I think
I've got the last one. This was kind of more deep one. I'm
More
excited for
deeper?
this one. Who does Joey and Sam look up to?
Sam, you go first. Who do you look up to?
Oh man, I honestly think, sounds cliche, but it's got to be my mom. She's just an incredible human being. She's an educator, like I hope to be sometimes, and yeah, I just look up to her a lot and how loving and caring she is. But who do you look up to, Joey?
I also look up to my mom for all the exact same reasons. She's not an educator, but she's a saleswoman. And
there
she
you
was a fun fact about my mom was she was the first woman to sell a car phone, like the one that sits inside the dashboard of your car, over the
cool.
phone. She sold that car phone over the phone.
That's pretty sweet.
So I love my mom, but another person I really look up to keep off the mom track, to not say the same, is my 7th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Vanderbilt. I met with him every week from 8th grade through my senior year of high school, and just talked about life. And he really, really became a great mentor to me. I even got to call him by his first name at the end, which is for teachers out there, that doesn't happen too often. So I really reach out to Mr. Vanderbilt quite a bit.
That's pretty cool. We actually have a late coming question here. Would President Leroy ever consider challenging Hope College's President Scogan to a scooter race? We can't say for sure, but
you never know. I think that
Who knows?
I think President Leroy could be convinced. Obviously, we have a home turf advantage if Hope comes here. So we'll have to kind of figure out a mutual stomping ground between the two.
We'll check into that and maybe get back to you guys.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But with that, guys, we want to say thank you. We only have 2 episodes left. The penultimate episode is next week. So make sure you guys are subscribed to Calvin University's YouTube. And of course, my name is Joey.
And my name is Sam.
And this has been School Nights.
Handshake. Give me a foot.
Oh,
the socks. Oh, you see these?
Little
Calvin
sock
socks?
act.
Calvin socks. You see these?